So this is a story. It hasn't made it into a book, but it's a parable. It's a new energy story, a storyless story that I wrote in 2017. This actually happened to Lauren. So there was a Lauren walking around, knowing that there was so much more, but really unable. She was trying to feel her way through the darkness and just couldn't really figure out what was going on. Lauren went to every Crimson Circle event that there was. She spent all of her savings traveling all over the world, going to every shout, going to every event, donating in hopes of finding the truth of who she was. And one day, there was something in her that said no more. This happened in 2017. She was in India. I'm talking about myself in the third person, but it's not really me. Lauren's in India with her boyfriend, and she wakes up and she tells the Chamber boyfriend, I need to do something alone, and I need to step away from Crimson Circle. I was teaching, I was doing everything. I was one of those Chamber superstars in the Key Hawk forums and, on Facebook. And I realized I don't really know who I am, and I'm not finding it in this Crimson Circle. And there's something else deeper inside me that I need to access. So I was driving down the highway in New Mexico with Ollie, and I needed to go to the bathroom, so I pulled over. And here's where the story goes. Will you take a walk in the woods with me? Sarah asked the woman who stood before her. The two had locked eyes in the parking lot of a trailhead in Carson National Forest, which lingered off the side of the highway. It was fall in New Mexico, and the leaves burned the color of fire against the azure sky. So I literally pulled over, and there was literally an apparition of Sarah in the parking lot. I went to the bathroom. When I came out of the bathroom, she was standing there. Sarah was standing there, and Lauren was standing there. Will you take a walk in the woods with me? Sarah asked the woman who stood before her. The two had locked eyes in the parking lot of a trailhead in Carson National Forest, which lingered off the side of the highway. The woman had only stopped to use the bathroom and planned to be on her way quickly. Sarah could see that. However, the song sung by the woman's soul played a different tune. Well, I should be going on my way, but, yes, I would like to take a walk. That's what Lauren stammered out to this apparition of Sarah in the parking lot. Lauren hardly recognized the words as they came out of her mouth involuntarily. Lauren was terrified. She did not want to go in the woods with Sarah. She did not want to do it, but her soul said, this is where we're going. The soul's purpose is to return you to God, and this is where you're going. Then Sarah reached out and said, I have a walking stick for you. She handed Lauren a long, smooth branch, sturdy enough to hold her weight. Lauren accepted the gift somewhat reluctantly. Later, she was grateful. It came in quite handy, helping her balance her steps as she followed Sarah up a winding mountain pass. I literally was in Lauren, following Sarah up a mountain pass with my walking stick. Together, they spoke the language of silence, one that spoke volumes. Sarah sensed the woman's trepidation, and instead of pity or even empathy, she held the space of knowing. Sarah watched pleased as she noticed Lauren's resistance melt and become a warm glow of peace within her new friend. Once they reached the top of the pass, the two friends began to walk back down the opposite side of the mountain and into a canyon. It was there in the canyon that they came upon a rushing stream. really fast-moving stream. This actually happened. Seeing that her friend was fearful of crossing, Sarah suggested that she lay the walking stick across the river. And then Lauren said, "But the stick is too thin for me to walk across. It will surely break under my weight, or I will surely lose my balance and fall into the rushing stream." Lauren was panicked. Sarah took a compassionate deep breath before speaking aloud. And here's what she said. "The walking stick I gave you was never meant to be grasped so tightly into your hands. I gave it to you knowing you might need some support when we reach the river. I brought it to you so that you might lay it across the river, connecting one shore to another. This walking stick was meant to be laid over the path you thought was uncrossable through your human lens of perception." Lauren took a deep breath and nodded in understanding. She placed the thin branch down over the river and walked across it easily, landing on the other side. Then Sarah spoke. "When you see through the eyes of the divine, beyond your human sight, you will see the bridge I created poses no threat to you. No harm can befall those truly in balance within their humanity and their divinity." Lauren saw herself clearly, perhaps for the first time in lifetimes. Without doubt, she placed her human trust into the tiny branch. And like Sarah, she too crossed the river with light feet and an even lighter heart. Once on the other side, the two giggled. Yes, we giggled. Not laughing, we giggled for quite some time. Finally, Lauren and Sarah caught their breath and continued their journey through the Sangre de Cristo, the blood of Christ mountains. The walking stick was left for others who might cross the same path. Neither of them knew how much time had passed, and neither of them cared.
The Rhythm of Further, an interactive full-color ebook written by Kuthumi, Sarah, and you, is now available for free on becomingsarah.com. To download your free copy, simply go to becomingsarah.com. Then, click on Register on the top right-hand corner of the page. Create a login with username and password, and we will buzz you in the door to the Reader Portal page. On this Reader Portal page, you will find this brand new 300-page interactive guide to Further, along with other bonus materials. Not only is the entire Kuthumi program from 2023 included, but also chapters from beings right here on Earth, just like you. Join us in the exploration of the 6 passageways into full luminosity, as laid out by none other than the myth, the legend, the magus, Kuthumi.